So recently, Markiplier has uploaded another Choose Your Own Adventure-like video series. In it being part 1, I'm going to try to predict how part 2 will start and how the events of part 2 will unfold. Internet, welcome to Gameadvent Studios, where the theory man can take a break and work on a ship that is doomed to fail.
Engines are looking good, Captain.
So first off, if you haven't seen at least one path of this amazing experience, I recommend going to the top right corner of the screen now, or go down in the description below of this video and check it out. And tell them I sent you. And if you're still here, well, I warned you for spoilers. So anyway, with that out of the way, let's dive straight into the theory, or video, I should say. So the story starts off, you arrive onto Invincible 2. Mark greets you, and you can already see things going crazy. The crew is an interesting group of people, and you learn that you are now the captain, and the ship is about to warp to a new planet to call home. Sounds nice, right? Well, if you feel like something was going to happen by what Mark said...
First stop, the warp core, the heart and soul of the ship. Still not 100% sure how it works, but you don't need to know how something works in order to use it.
Or the people and casts.
Hey.
Then what happens next would be a shock to you. Right before going in the pod, Mark tries to say not to do something and gets cut off.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, it's not a problem, of course, but just before you go to sleep, be absolutely sure to not...
Wormhole opening in 10.
The ship counts down, but errors into a system update. Then it glitches and the warp hole time loop begins, and the first two paths show up. Now, there are many different paths you can go from these two options. From sending Mark in different problems, or calling the crew, or jumping off the ship over and over again. Although the first choices lead to different endings, they all lead to darkness and you see a light. Now, technically, from here, there are two paths. You either go in the light and continue on your adventure, or you could stay in the darkness and close your story. However, going to the light leads to Mark remembering the loop, and you start a whole new strand of paths to take for different endings. Now, these paths can lead to 3 main endings. However, 2 of them only have credits, and 2 of them you can only find with like one specific path for each ending. The rest of the choices lead to the same ending. The first common ending is where you and Mark make it to the hallway to the warp hole, only for Mark to get shot, and you end up at the warp core to find Old Mark. Old Mark blows up the warp hole, and we get this.
I did it! I did it! I finally did it! I beat you! I did it! I did it! I did it! Oh, and you know what else? I forgive you. Come here. Oh, all the pain and suffering that you caused, I forgive you! It's all in the past, or the future, or, that will never be because I beat you! Everyone can finally go and live their infinite lives in peace! I bet you're confused, aren't you? Or maybe you're disappointed that you don't get to destroy the universe. Doesn't matter. All that matters is that you will no longer put the universe in imminent peril with your reckless rampage. Those credits? That can't be good.
Paradox detected.
Yeah, I know. That's why we're here. The question is, why are you here? I thought Immunitus thing wouldn't shut up about paradoxes.
Warning. Universal stability compromised. Attempting to resolve.
Probably just tying up some loose ends.
No. What have you done?
What did I do? I just saved the universe from the captain's rampage of destruction. And apparently from you too, whoever you are.
Error. Unable to resolve. Paradox detected.
You did this. It was you?
Lady, you're gonna have to be more specific. I've done a lot of things.
Infinite paradox detected. Universal collapse imminent.
Turn it off. You have to shut it down. You have to.
Well, maybe that's not the worst idea in the world. Oh, no, you don't get to blow up. I'm the one that blows things up. Oh, you think you're better than me? You don't get this.
Thanks to Comic Sky's video, which I will link down below, we could see the 3 main endings. The second ending is different. In the first part of the pass, if you were to choose fix life support and then wake the crew and then call for backup, you get a reference to the Henry Stickmin collection for one.
Don't worry, Captain. I found something that should protect me from the cold. This is the greatest planet!
But also, things get glitchy. Because after that moment, when you call for a crew member, they glitch into this grandma character. I don't remember what her name is, so I'm just gonna call her the grandma character. But the fact that later down into the path, even after all paths leading to darkness and you choosing a light, after that point, if you choose Popper in reverse and then you send the distress signal and you give Mark the signal and use plan K, you find the grandma and you don't go through the portal, you get this ending.
Looking for this? Oh, Captain, I can't say I'm surprised. You always were stubborn. But that's your choice. You always did have a choice. I just thought you might want to at least understand the choices you're making.
What have you done?
Do you even know who you are? Do you feel like you've been here before? Or is this just history repeating itself? Over and over and over again?
Lady, you're gonna have to be more specific. I've done a lot of things.
Turn it off. You have to shut it down. You have to.
I'm the one that blows things up.
Which is very interesting because 1, there's only one main way to get to this ending, and 2, it has credits, which goes to make you think that maybe it might be a part of part 2 somehow. But the ending that is the most weird out of all 3 is the one where you get frozen. Yeah, after you choose emergency meeting, you send the distress signal, you don't attack, you go to we need your help, don't open the door, and then all the paths that have think of the colonists, you get this ending.
Think of the colonists? I'm the only one who's been thinking of the colonists this entire time. I'll still help you, Captain. You'll have a better chance in the pod. Sometimes the best decision is for things to end. Just take a deep breath and relax.
Ah, a mummy. Sorry, friend. I don't have time for your ancient curses. Doesn't matter how handsome and or beautiful you used to be. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams.
Which is different because not only are there no credits, but you freeze and then Indiana Jones mark finds you. No other paths, no options, just you frozen in your pod. So, at this point, I don't know when part 2 will arrive, but I can say that I think I know where it might be going. You see, the different paths, the time loop, the wormhole, it all seems to be leading to some big ending, right? Well, what if I told you that it was none of that, but instead they pull another Henry Stickmin reference? Because you see, in the Henry Stickmin, there are many paths you can take, but in the first 3 games, no matter what paths were taken, you went to jail, you go out of jail, and you steal a big diamond. That never changes no matter what no matter what you choose. After that, however, your choices lead to different endings, which impact how the finale will go down. However, in one of the paths in the finale, you take control of one of the Chaos Control agents, and you could see a button to fix the multiverse. Doing so causes a box to appear that got Henry out of jail, which causes the whole loop to happen again. Now, I'm not saying that part 2 will come to pressing a button to save the ship and the people, but in the old Mark ending, the most common pathed ending, it keeps trying to fix the paradox like in the Henry Stickmin, the multiverse fix button. So I have a feeling things might play out with some more multiverse jumping, or something like that. But hey, that's just my take on it. Or should I say, that's just a theory. A random theory. And I hope you like this small little prediction video, I guess. It's my first time doing a lot of research on this type of video. That's probably not going to be that long, but it's just going to be my take on what I think might go down. But hey, I gotta give respect to Matt Pat for being able to create 3 theory videos a week. I know they have a writing team and an editing team, but still, that must be very tiring. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for me. I don't know if that's what's going to happen in part 2. They might go a totally different path. But hey, that's just my prediction. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little theory, and I will see you all on the next video. Goodbye!